So what is data miner? Any guess? Any questions? Any idea?
Scrapping data.
Scraping, basically a data scraping. Okay. And there are a lot of tools, extensions available over there in the market. Some are really expensive, some are free. But the most effective is what we are discussing about. That's a data miner, basically. So let's say I just go to GitHub and let's say search for language Java location Bangalore. Okay. Now I got these results. Now I wanted these results to be scraped in one Excel. So if I'm taking all these things, selecting all, and then putting in an Excel, that looks too scrappy, uh, not a proper one. So I wanted name to be going in one column, their username to be going in another column. What they have written in their bio is going to one column. The location is going to one column. All those things. Earlier, before 6, 7 months, before 1 year, there was email ID also available over here. But since the time GitHub has acquired by Microsoft, that email ID is gone now. So we have to click on the profile, then only we'll be able to see their email IDs. But otherwise, we won't be able to see the email ID now. But otherwise, let's say if the entire data I wanted to scrape it in a Excel, in my personal Excel, then how do I do? How do I do that? That's by using a data miner or any data scraping tool. There are a number of data scraping tools available. Some, as I mentioned, some works well, some works fantastic. But again, the price is also the constraint. Like let's say if I just go and say data miner, okay. So data miner, this tool itself will cost you uh, around 150 USD to create a single recipe and around 300 USD for creating a multiple recipes. And then apart from that, it also costs you for a training, okay, 30 minutes of training, write a recipe, use advanced selector, apply actions, which will cost you 30 minutes of training will cost you around 50 USD and 60 minutes of training, which is script multiple level pages or write basic JavaScript on download image or PDF will cost you around 100 USD, which is actually more than our trainings. I can say in the other words, actually in this one session itself, you can actually get the entire ROI of the fees what you have paid. Like if you see here, okay, so it is costing around 1900 per month. It is costing around $49 per month. It is costing $19 per month, 99 per month. This is basically number of pages that we are scraping. But any which ways, it will give us up to 500 pages for free. Means, let's suppose if in GitHub, if one page give me around 10 results, then 500 pages would give me around 5,000 results. So for a level of recruiting, what we're doing now currently, I think 500 pages per month, the free version itself is more than enough for me. But what is not enough for me is basically a training. I don't really know how to use this particular tool. Okay, so I wanted to get the training to use this particular tool. But again, the trainings are also uh, pricey. That's one session of 30 minutes will cost you around 50 USD and 60-minute session will cost you around 100 USD. That will teach you how to write a recipe, use advanced selector, apply actions. So we are going to cover the same thing. We are going to cover how to write a recipe, how to use advanced selector, and how to use apply actions. All these three over here. So let's see. Now here I have the entire data. So here is a data miner. Data miner. So as soon as you go to Chrome, here I'm already logged in. Otherwise, it will ask you add it to Chrome. Let me see account. So Google Sheet I have not integrated any. This is a recent update actually, but otherwise start a free account, 500 pages per page. So 35 pages, 6 pages. I scraped recently 3 pages. All these things. All right. So just come here. So I just go to once the data miner is added to my extension. As soon as you go to dataminer.io, the first thing you'd see, add to Chrome, it's free, but the training is not. So I just click here. So have a laser focus. This is gonna be a little tricky. Okay. So here I have something called script this page. Let's see if I click on script this page, what's it gonna do. So it took me to the extension page scraper. So it's confusing. So I really don't know how to go next. So rather, please select the recipe first. I need to select which I've created recently, but I'm not going to select that. So again, I'll just click here. So this is already created recipe. My recipes, again, these are created already. So make your own recipe. So I'll say make your own recipe. Okay. So here, this is the page. As I mentioned, every page here is a data miner here. Every page is basically a collection of boxes. In our tech for training also we have covered. Every page is basically a collection of element. Every page is basically a collection of boxes. Like you can see here, all box, 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 box you can see. Okay. So now these HTML elements we need to select. It's not too technical, but have a laser focus. So I just click here and then I just go to this data. So I need to understand what type of a data. This is a list kind of a data is there. So I'll just go type. So list data or profile page data. If I'm scraping the entire page of the individual profile, then I'll go for the entire page, that is a profile page. Or I'm scraping the profiles, like where I'm getting a list of the profiles, then I'll say list page. So I'll just select that list. Then I click on page. Okay. Do this before scraping. So it says what to do before scraping. I'll say scroll the bottom of the page or wait for number of second. I'll say wait for number of second. So wait for number of seconds. What to do after scraping? I'll say again wait for number of seconds. Okay. Now, so type of the page we selected. This is a list type. Then page. What to do before scraping? I'll say wait for number of seconds. And after wait for number of seconds so that it's not acting like a robotic speed. If I make it acting like a robotic speed, then GitHub or LinkedIn will catch me saying that we are using some automation tools on our system, which is creating some robotic activity, and hence we are blocking you. Hence we are blocking your account. So they'll block it. So that's the reason we should not be in a speed the way tool is suggesting. Rather, you be cautious with your own things. So wait and then wait. Make your tool, make your robo work like a human so that the robo sitting at LinkedIn or GitHub is not catching other robo. So make your robo work like human. So that means how human will work little slow. Okay. So the page is done. What has to be done before scraping? What has to be done after scraping? Then I just go to row. So easy row finder and the advanced finder. So I'll just go for an advanced row finder. Easy row is a recent update. I don't know what is that, but I'll say advanced finder. Okay, as I mentioned, every page is basically a collection of boxes. So what's happening here? It's allowing me to select the boxes. Here is a box, here is a box, here is a box, here is a box, here is a box. So here is a box, here is a box. This is full box. But what I wanted is a data where this candidate's data is available. A box where this candidate data is available. So this is the box or this is the box where this candidate data is available. Okay, this is the box. So once I select the box on my laptop, I'll click on shift. On my laptop, I clicked on shift. So it has highlighted with the green dots. Once this box is selected, where the entire candidate information is available, this has highlighted with the green dots. And once that is highlighted, so now this has come. Now select one or more of the element attribute, which is uniquely identifying the element on the page. So this box have selected. Similarly, here there are elements which is selecting only those boxes, similar boxes. So the way this box is one, which is selected. Now we wanted to select an element which is selecting. Here we have a two elements, CSS and HTML element, which are selecting similar other boxes. So let's say I select this one. So it is selecting all the boxes. So I don't want this. I'll select this one. It is also selecting all other boxes. So I don't want this. I'll select this one. So yes, it is selecting all the relevant boxes which are relevant to me. So that it is scraping data only from those boxes. Okay, so I say confirm. Okay, so rows 10 it is showing. So rows we have selected on every page. We have a rows and a column. So rows we have selected. Now rows are basically vertical and columns are basically horizontal. So like this, if you see Arnav Gupta, all this candidate data information is horizontal and the list of profiles is vertical. So all rows got selected. I'll say now columns. Now add a new column. So column one, I'll say name. Okay. And I'll say advanced. Okay, name. This and all I'm leaving now because this is a recent upgrade. Again, it's asking me to pay. Rather, I'll not go there. I'll go to directly advanced and I'll say advanced finder. Extract as text and then I'll say advanced finder. So similarly, whatever activity we repeated in selecting the rows, now the same activity we need to repeat in selecting the, sorry, whatever the activity we repeated in selecting the rows, we have to do the same activity in selecting the columns. So now I just come here, I say only name. So I say shift. After clicking on shift, again, I check this. It is selecting all unnecessary under that rows. I don't want that. It is selecting again all necessary under that rows. I don't want that. So yeah, this is selecting all the names, all 10 names it has selected. So I want that. I'll say confirm. So first name data here, I'll just see. Okay. Now again, add a new column. I'll say this is a username. I'll say username. Okay. Again, I'll say advanced. Advanced. I'll select this username. Any username is fine. Okay. And again, shift on my laptop. So it got selected. Again, I'll come to the tool. So it is selecting all unwanted. I don't want that. It is selecting all unwanted. I don't want that. Yeah. So all the username got selected. I'll say confirm. Again, add new. Now I'll say I need this bio. Advanced. Advanced finder. I'll select this bio and then shift on my laptop. And again, I'll just go. So this is selecting all unwanted. This is, now this is selecting only bio. All 10 bio got selected. I'll say confirm. Then again, I'll say add new. So column 4. After bio, I need location. And again, advanced setting, advanced finder. I'll go and select location and then shift. Again, I'll come here. So I'll select this. It is selecting all unwanted, means the whole family. It is also selecting all. So now in this use case, it is selecting all three elements are selecting everything. Everything in the sense, let's say this is one family. the entire information of one particular family it is selecting. So I said, no, I don't want all the family member. I want only a child, one particular child in the family, which is a location child in the family. So I'll select a sibling now. Here you have an option, select sibling. So what I'll do, I'll select any one I want, either this or anything. It is selecting the entire family. So sibling, I'll say next. Now if you see, it has selected only the name sibling. After that, it has selected username sibling. After that, it has selected bio sibling. After that, it has selected only location. So that's how, if it is selecting all multiple sibling or the whole family of information, then you need to select a sibling. So I say now it has selected only location. I'll say confirm. Okay. Now this is done. Again, I'll add a new URL. So profile URL. As this is clickable, earlier URLs were scrapable, but right now, after acquisition of Microsoft acquisition, it has blocked the URL scraping. But otherwise, we'll just try user URL. And then again, advanced. Here I'll say text. No, I wanted URL behind the image. Sorry, URL behind this. Shift. And then I'll just go. So it is selecting all. It is selecting all. So yeah, it is selecting only those ones. And additionally, again, add. Let's say in case we can take image also. Type page. Image URL. Advanced Finder. So here is an image and shift. And again, I come here. After all images got selected. I'll say confirm. Okay. Now, a data on first page got whatever the information we need, name, username, bio, location, user URL, and then image, everything got added. Now, after scraping all this information, what I need to do next? Let's say I scrape the data from the first page. What I need to do next? I should go to next page and scrape again the data of this again next 10 people, again next 10 people, again next 10 people. So for that, I need to enable navigation. What do you mean by navigation?
Switch from one place to another.
Switching from one place to another is called navigation. Here also, switching from one place to another is called navigation. So which is the navigation element over here, which will help us from move from one page to another page?
Page number.
Page number or
Next.
next. Next is a common. Page number keeps changing. 2, 3, 4 keeps changing, but next is a common. Now here previous is not clickable, but next is clickable. So when previous is not clickable, the next is clickable. That means when I go to second page, previous becomes clickable. That means the second and the last page, the second and the last page, sorry, the first and the last page has one element less. Let's say if I take a building on a ground floor, let's say if I don't have a parking, it's just on a ground floor. So from ground floor, I can go up. I can go to first, I can go to second. And once I reach to the top floor, 100th floor, I can come to 99th floor to the ground floor. But on a top floor, I don't have a button to go up. Neither on a ground floor, I don't have a button to go down. That means the placement of the first and the last is fixed. But at the same time, the one element is lesser. Means from the top floor, I can only go to the terrace, but I can't go to the top floor because there is an end now. Similarly, from the ground floor, I can go to only first floor, but I can't go to the -1 because I don't have a -1. So that's the reason this element is unclickable. So always go to the second page. Don't go to the first. Always go to the second page and select the navigation element. So just come to second page, advanced setting, advanced finder, and then I select this shift. And again, same pagination. So it has selected all. No, I don't want that. It has also selected all these things. No, I don't want that. It has selected all these things. No, I don't want that. Let me see this. So this is selecting, these both are selecting the most least element. First, I'll see which is selecting the most least element. Now, again, I'll go and select a sibling. So I'll just go next. So first element previous, then second, and I'll say confirm. Once it is confirmed, JS I'll not run now. I'll not get into more technical. Rather, I'll skip that. Okay, weekend batch. And I'll say save. Okay, scrape in data mining. Once I save the data, weekend batch recipe, scrape in data mining. Okay, so here, this is how it is scraping the data. So image URL, I have it, but user URL, as I mentioned, LinkedIn has blocked it after the acquisition. But otherwise, I have a name, username, bio, location, user URL, and a image. So next page automation, that is basically a navigation. So when I create an automation, I'll say number of pages to scrape. I'll just say, just 3 pages. And delay between pages, I'll keep minimum 10 seconds. Wait for 10 seconds before scraping the data of a next page or before moving it to the next page so that it is showing a human-like speed. And now I say scrape 3 pages and I just minimize. So if you see, it has gone from second to third page also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I think it has scraped 3 pages. Second, it has scraped 1, 2, 3. Yeah, all 3 pages data we have it. So here it shows 30 rows it's scraped. And then I say download. Download an Excel file. Opening in protected view. Yeah, here it is. So yeah, that much only training, nothing else, not too difficult. It's easy. Refer to the recording once again, and you'll be able to scrape the data of any web page. So that is GitHub user content. But otherwise, I pretty much have a data. Now, email IDs are not there, so I'll just say email, I'll say gmail.com. I'll use equal to concatenate username, comma, at the rate, comma, gmail.com, close the bracket. So this at the rate has to go in a double quotation and enter. So email ID got created. Similarly, I'll just drag it around 50. So these are suspected email IDs. It's not the accurate. These are suspected email IDs because anyone who signed up on GitHub using their Google account, then their username would be whatever they have mentioned before at the rate Gmail, that would be their username. So I've just taken the suspects. I'll just copy this. So yeah, that's her email ID. Vanshika Garg. So this was the profile. So Vanshika Garg 17 at Gmail, and that's reason we have created. So if it is existing, then it will show like this. Hyphen is not a Gmail format anymore. Yeah, Adesh Nayak, Abdesh Nayak. Ramayya. Shiv Kumar. Okay. So yeah, that's about data scraping. Was it easy? Yes, no?
Yeah, Shiv, we just need to try it once.
Yeah, just try. Look at the video once again. And that's within the separate video. Look at the video once again, and I'm sure that you'll be able to do it. Do it step by step. As I mentioned, just do it step by step. Once you're able to create a rows, once you're able to create a vertical rows, scrape a vertical rows, you'll be able to scrape the data. Yeah, data miner. My recipes, weekend batch. You can also edit. So first we have done what type of a data we're going to select, list or detail, then page, before and after acting, action before scraping and after scraping. Then we have gone to the rows. Then we have selected this one row. Then we have gone to the columns. Then we have selected all these particular columns. Let's say add a new column, followers. Okay, then I will go advanced finder, and I'll say this one, follower and shift. After clicking there, I'll see text, no, span, no. Again, all are selecting multiple elements. So I'll select one sibling element. So yeah, it is selecting now only followers. Confirm. And again, navigation. This was the element we have taken, and we have said this is the navigation one. Then we saved it, and then we say save, save, and then scrape in data mine from second page. First page you do it manually, last page you do it manually, but create a navigation element only from the second page. Now I just say scrape. So this first page is already scraped. The second page, it started scraping. Oh no, we have to give them further instruction. Then next page automation, scrape, I'll say 3 pages. Then wait for 10 seconds. And then I'll say scrape. So the first page is already scraped. So it will be second. So it will take some 8 to 10 seconds before going to the next page. So yeah, it went to the third page now. So first page, second page, third page. I just come here. So it says 20. It's scraping, slowly scraping. It's gone, but it's waiting. It will scrape. So yeah, now it is 30. I'll download. Now we have that follower thing also. So yeah, now here followers also came. So pretty easy, no rocket science. It's just that a super focus is required. All right. So yeah, that's it, team. That's all about data scraping.
Thank you, Shiv.
Thank you. So that's about data scraping. Let's see what else we are left. And then take a quick count. GitHub, Stack, open source, AI tools, mail merge, data miner. What else we covered today? Mail merge we did, data miner we did, and AI tools we did. AI tools, a lot of tools coming and going, but I would say just stay on top of it, keep exploring. Now, next session will come finding email IDs via Chrome extensions and some cool hacks like SalesQL is one of them best. But again, in next session, we'll cover few more uh, what we say extensions to find email IDs. And apart from that, play with contact, email, and a phone number. Basically, a magic of contact syncing. Like sometimes you see here on my screen, when I'm actually working like a robo, I'll enable it. Let's say I get into the full force calling and all everything. So let me just on my mobile Bluetooth. It says on my battery mobile is running low. Yes. So all my messages are here. I can make calls from here. Can anyone tell you a number?
Yeah, 8095
8095
3666
3666
13.
13. Don't lift it. Just a second. Let me just stop the share and share with voice as well. Can you see it is going through my laptop? So I don't really even have to take a mobile and dial and then.
ನೀವು ಕರೆ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕರೆಯನ್ನು ಉತ್ತರಿಸುತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸಮಯದ ನಂತರ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನಿಸಿ. The person you are calling is not answering. Please try later. आप जिस व्यक्ति को कॉल कर रहे हैं वह उत्तर नहीं दे रहा है. कृपया कुछ समय पश्चात कॉल करें.
Notification and say enough. You see here now what are the calls I made? Everything. So candidate has not answered the call. Ramya only, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, message is gone. Can you check, Ramya, if you have received the message?
Yeah, check. Yeah, I got it.
Got it, right? Yes. So I've synced my mobile with my laptop. And I'll be able to see all photos, messages, whatever. How to sync, we'll cover in a next session. All right, so don't miss it. And then Google search filter, like image search, result sorting, creating search alerts. GPT plot for BARD, market intel we already covered. Problem statement, it should be more of an open-ended discussion, and how and where to identify some cool apps we already covered today. But again, we'll cover one more during the problem statement. And again, throughout what we're doing is basically a design thinking for a sources. That is something, how and where to identify some cool apps. That is something we already covered today, but again, we'll have one more on that. And exploring some sourcing forums to follow, ask questions, and keep learning. Like one of the group, what we are into already, that's one of the sourcing forum. But I'll introduce some of the international sourcing forum. I'll introduce you over there as well. All right.
Shiv, I
Chandra,
have
thank you
one
for
thing.
today. Yeah.
Yeah, Shiv,
Please.
I guess like you mentioned once, like while diving into LinkedIn, that LinkedIn recruiter you will cover like once you'll get some ID.
No, we did not get any ID yet.
Okay. Also, in our last class, weekend class, we covered GitHub and Stack Overflow, but then I guess Behance and Dribbble was something which is left, if I'm not wrong.
No, it was not about the Behance and Dribbble. It was all
Uh-huh.
about how do you identify various sites in a new market completely
Okay.
by
Yeah.
using in URL profile or resume or CV kind of a keywords.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say now you started working for Poland and you really don't know which sites are working over there, which are providing me the resumes or profiles or anything. So how do
Okay.
I know which sites are there popular in that market? That's where
Mm-hmm.
the magic of URL in URL works.
Okay then. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
All
Yeah.
right. Thank you. Thanks everyone. Bye. So go through the recording once again for more clear understanding. Okay.
Yeah. Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
To